Like I get stuck.
Hi everybody, here we are again. Today I want to talk about my big brother Sidney, pay him a long overdue tribute. I have with me Sidney's lovely daughter, Nacala, and I'm going to start off with a few words and turn it over to Nacala. Sidney took me to my first baseball game. We saw the Brooklyn Dodgers in Ebbets Field. And after the game, he took me to my first restaurant where we had, or I should say, he bought me apple pie and milk. I wasn't yet ready for coffee, apparently. There are many firsts between me and my big brother. He was kind of a father to me, because my own father was busy raising 5 kids. Anyway, he took me to my first baseball game, my first restaurant. He bought me my first suit. It was a scratchy brown tweed. I wanted something more mature, but he said, Mama wouldn't like that particular suit. She might approve of a brown tweed, which I must confess I was not too happy with. He got me my first books. I didn't ever own any books, but Sidney got me 2 books once, much to my amazement and happiness. And one of them was 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea by Jules Verne. Among the many firsts, he took me to my first Frankenstein movie, where I said in the middle of the movie, Sidney, let's get out of here. So we never did see that whole movie until I saw it years later on TV. And when we were both in the service, I used to write him, ask his advice. And like a real big brother, he always knew the answer. Sidney married, and he had 2 wonderful children, one of whom I have sitting next to me, Nacala, his lovely daughter.
Thank you, thank you. Well, the earliest memories of my father probably started when I was very, very little. He worked on the subways for many years, so for the Metropolitan Transit Authority. And when he'd come home from work, he'd scoop me up in his arms, to say hello. And he always used to say to me, "Look in my pocket," his uniform shirt pocket. And in his pocket was always some kind of treat for me, whether it be a piece of candy or a little toy or something of that nature. Just a wonderful father and a great man. And as the years progressed, he proved to be a wonderful father. Took us on many vacations. During his vacation from the Transit Authority, we went to many places such as Washington, D.C., the Poconos, the Catskills, New Jersey, always local. We never took any planes or went overseas, but didn't matter where I went with him. I always had fond memories and a wonderful time. I also remember I also remember the many Mets games we attended, living in Queens, New York. We were big Mets fans. I remember so happily sitting up in the nosebleed section, like 1 row from the last row of the stadium, watching these little white dots running around the field. The Mets uniforms were white, and I remember like sort of leaning, on him in his lap, and he'd explain the game to me, because I was very young. I must have been about 7 or 8. Didn't have much of a concept of baseball. at the time. You know, he'd say like 3 strikes and you're out, 4 balls you walk, you know, that sort of thing. And I remember the big treat was to buy one of those little cups of chocolate and vanilla ice cream split in the middle with the wooden spoon.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that was the big treat of the day. And again, just fantastic, wonderful times. And my father, he loved to sing.
Really?
He used to sit at the dinner table singing. We were serenaded as we ate. And he had a beautiful voice.
Really?
Yeah, he had a wonderful, wonderful voice. He could have gone professional. I don't know if I'm just saying that because, you know, out of pride or what, but...
Wow.
But we never told him to shut up. Because, you know, he was a wonderful singer. And the man had many quirks, you know, as every man does, you know, every human man. But they were always very endearing, and I look back at them very fondly. The man, he loved history. He can recite the history of any country at any time, anywhere. And I remember very happy memories of me and my brother sitting like his students while he was lecturing in the living room to us about some king of Spain or Henry VIII or I don't know, some Greek god or something. He was just, when it came to history, he was amazing. And once I moved out, I became old enough and I got my own apartment. He continued to support me in every endeavor, and he visited me often, and he was just always there for me whenever I needed help. You know, when you live on your own, you know, things come up, you know, and you need guidance and help, and he was always there for me. And he was always just a wonderful husband to my mom, and they had a very long and happy union. They were married for 42 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and I really felt had they both lived longer, they would have been one of these couples who made it to 60, 70 years. But if they were not given that gift of years, unfortunately. But if I could sum my dad up in just like one sentence, I would say he was a very kind, honest, hard-working, wonderful provider for a family. He was very patriotic. He loved his country. He fought in World War II, went to France, and he was just a dying breed that you'd never see these days in a man. You very rarely find that sort of combination in a man, you know, where he's a family man, he's hardworking, he was law-abiding, he was a great guy, and he was just an asset to this world. And I miss him very much, and I still love him to this day. It's been 17 years, and I love him more than I loved him when he was around. And I miss him very much.